lower part of the monastery to the upper part. There were these big stairs that go along, and he came to me saying, listen, there is a problem.
The first AD came up to me and said, look, we have a situation on our hands. There's a big storm coming our way, and we're gonna have to basically push the shoot on Friday and Saturday, which would be a big problem for the production on many different levels.
I went to Potter, to Alex Potter, our producer, at lunch break, and I told him, please pay attention here. We're gonna have a disastrous weather, and our last couple of shooting days are in danger.
It's all over the news. There is this big, terrible weather, like a typhoon or a hurricane coming from Italy. And it's, they're predicting it's gonna catch Crete, and it's gonna go up to Peloponnesus and reach Athens by Friday or Saturday.
So the next day, which was a day off, no shooting day after our traveling, we all meet up in the office, and our goal was to actually cancel the shooting days. So it looked terrible in every weather report, on internet, on the news. It was a storm coming. We opened the laptops to see these like real-time weather report sites, and it was like a dark cloud coming over to occupy Athens. So we said, okay, there's no way that we shoot on Friday and Saturday.
I took the information from the first AD and went to Yelena, the director, and I explained to her the situation, and she was calmer than me, and she had a sense to say, well, okay, let's see, let's not panic just yet.
So I remember thinking, and as we were walking up to the monastery, I just got this feeling that we should wait. And I told Alexandros, I said, okay, I understand there is a serious situation, a potential crisis here, but let's not make any moves right now. Let's not cancel those 2 days of shooting and try to reschedule some other day. Let's wait and see what happens.
My opinion was to push it, the producer's opinion was to push it, and I remember Yelena calling me and telling me in the afternoon, after like a marathon of conversations, that we are going to shoot. And we said, okay, let's shoot.
It was indoor shoot, and we were able to shoot. There was no rain that day.
That day, Friday, for some reason, it didn't rain.
But that whole day, like now we're talking about the Friday, 18th of September of 2020. The whole day on the news, it was like warning to people to stay home the next day, warnings that if you have, like in Greece, we have big balconies, so there are like a lot of big windows, a lot of glass, that if people can protect their glass, there was a danger of those glass being shattered, and it was a serious thing. So at that point, as we finished shooting that day, I remember Panayotis Vasilakis, my director of photography, coming to me and saying, Yelena, listen, tomorrow is definitely not an option.
Again, they said, guys, this is not going to happen. This is, you have a typhoon coming through. You've got wind, you've got hard rain. It's not going to happen.
All of a sudden, in the midst of all this, I receive a text message from my best friend from Serbia. And it was like evening, like end of the shoot on Friday of the 18th of September. So I look at the phone, I check my message, and it says, Happy Archangel Michael Day. And I say to myself, Archangel Michael, usually we celebrate it in Greece, we celebrate it 8th of November, or Serbia 21st of November, so I didn't know what she's talking about. But then I start thinking, I'm like, wait a second. when do we celebrate miracle of Archangel Michael in Colossae? That's actually something that the church celebrates. Whether it's a Catholic or Protestant or Orthodox church, they celebrate this miracle. So when I saw that, and because I personally have a very strong connection to Archangel Michael, many times in my life, I believe that he has helped me, maybe even saved my life and the life of my son Michael, who I named according to the Archangel Michael when he was born. So having said all this, I decide, and I get this strong feeling that no, we're going to go shoot tomorrow. When I said that, everybody like literally circled around me, and he said, what is wrong with you? This is completely irrational. We're going to lose a day. We cannot just tell people to come, because what's going to happen 100%, you don't understand all the reports. And again, my Panayotis was trying to convince me not to do that. But I was firm. I had faith that tomorrow a miracle will happen on the 19th of September. I didn't tell this to anybody, of course. This is the first time I'm saying this right now, but I'm sure everybody thought I was a little bit nutty and strange, and we said, okay. I said, let's see what happens tomorrow. We're not canceling anything. We're not canceling the crew.
For me, to be honest, it was like a disastrous decision to go and shoot with this storm coming.
We wake up in the morning. What had happened? This wind, this tornado that was coming from Peloponnesus, and it was supposed to hit Athens in the middle of the night, decided to make a swift turn to the right and go towards Turkey. So it never went up to Athens. However, we got some rain.
Our first scene would be in the church, and we said, okay, well, let's go and let's shoot the first scene and see what happens. And if it so happens that it continues raining, so be it. We arrive there, it's pouring.
But we could shoot the interior scenes, so we went in, we started shooting. This couple of hours or 3 hours, something like that, of shooting, and the rain was continuing, pouring and pouring and pouring.
And the moment we finished shooting in the church, and this church, by the way, is dedicated to Archangel Michael, on top of everything, which is interesting. So as we finished shooting, the rain stopped. There was no drop of rain.
Then suddenly outside, there's no rain anymore.
So we say, great. So we start setting up outside, and for the rest of the day, not one drop of rain fell. And the clouds were thick, and they were sitting there, but there was no rain. All around us, it was raining, pouring.
So what basically happened, we were able to shoot for another 6 hours, finish the whole shoot without a drop of a rain, while in the perimeter of a kilometer, it was pouring rain the whole time. So this was clearly, I believe, a miracle that happened on the day of the miracle of Archangel Michael.
Yeah, it was something. Obviously, there was a protection, and there was a blessing from above, and we were able to complete that day of shooting and stay on schedule, which was crucial for the production.
And it never rained again in that day. And what is weird is that when we wrapped, the day's over, we managed, and we drove back to Athens, it was still raining in Athens.
And I remember even having Marilena, our photographer, taking a picture of me inside of the church next to this big picture of him on the wall with my shirt, which I was wearing, and that shirt is also very personal to me. It's something that says on the back, no quit, which means do not surrender, do not give up. And I thank the chief and commander of the army, I want to say Heavenly Army, for his huge help that he has given us. And what can I say? This is one of the amazing things that happened during the shoot. There were many more, but I decided to share this one as Archangel Michael, again, has played a big part.